go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The new Big Four. The new Big Four in Philadelphia. Oh, you mean the Big Five, says J.J. Redick. 34 points. Dynamite. Held this team in it when guys like Embiid struggled early in the basketball game. The place was just energized. Even Tobias Harris said it after the game in his post-game interview. The Wells Fargo Center carried this team. He doesn't get that with the Clippers. He didn't get that at the Staples Center with the Clippers. Now, it helped that the whole Moses Malone thing was going on tonight as well, which was a tremendous honor to see there at the half. But people were so pumped to go watch the Big Four / Big Five. I gotta give it to JJ today. Now, everyone played except for Jonathan Simmons. He did not go tonight. There were spurts, especially early on. Tobias walks up, drains a three. The place goes crazy. The Sixers were just on a nice run in the beginning. Now, they took off in the first half. They were up by 16. We finished the first half 20-4 run. It got ugly. Korkmaz is even out there. I'm pissed off to see that. He fouls at the end of the first half. Fouls a three-point shooter. Come on, Korkmaz. I can't believe he played as much as he did. There was a fourth quarter lineup of TJ, JJ, Korkmaz, Scott, and Embiid. I hated that lineup. I hated it. Down the stretch, though, Embiid struggled throughout the game. He was 2 of 13 for majority of this basketball game from the floor. He was horrible. But fourth quarter came around. He started getting to the free throw line. He made some shots. His effort, though, throughout the game, regardless of if the shots were falling, he was blocking shots. He found a shot to block by the perimeter at one point. He was breaking up passes, getting back into the paint defensively. He was working hard, regardless of his shot falling. But here's the stretch of the game. Ben Simmons with a monster jam. A defensive breakdown by the Nuggets. Monster jam by Ben Simmons. Embiid with a huge block on a dunk attempt. The ball's going out of bounds. Tobias Harris keeps it in bounds, and the Sixers go down, and Embiid hits a pull-up jumper. 10-2 run with about a minute left in this ball game. Down the stretch, the Sixers dialed it in. Now, it's going to take time for this team to gel. You saw it. You saw it. Ben Simmons had 9 turnovers today. And I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, you know, it's going to take time to adjust to this new crew. I saw one time Tobias Harris had the ball up at the top of the three-point line. He was pointing at Embiid to go lower into the block, but Embiid comes up higher, and it was miscommunication. He makes the pass, but it was fumbled, and just a little bit of miscommunication out there, but that's going to happen. You can even see everyone wanted to pass, make the extra pass. Because they were trying to get everyone involved. So it's going to take time. It's going to take time. The one thing that bothers me at all this was that fourth quarter lineup. And I'm surprised Korkmaz even played that much. A little interesting to me, Brett. But other than that, I mean, you take a look at it, Jimmy Butler, 22 points. He shot 100% from the free throw line. This team... By the way, Jimmy had a great game. I mean, defensively, offensively, great game. That's the type of game that Jimmy plays, and it was great. But the Sixers, they didn't get to the free throw line much at all throughout the game. That second half, that fourth quarter, got to the charity stripe. And it helped them win this ball game. Turnovers, clearly still an issue. 17 turnovers. 20 points allowed off that. We did get kind of toasted points in the paint. Embiid was sick before this game. He almost didn't even play. You could tell with his body that he was tired. Tobias, 6 of 12. He shot 50%, 14, 8, and 3. Good stat line for him coming into this system. One thing that he reminds me of, I don't want to go too far, but Carmelo in his prime, the way he played that 4 position and that jump shot that he takes and the body structure of Tobias, it resembled that to me. The quick release, the jumper form, and just the style of play of the stretch 4. It just resembled Carmelo in his prime a little bit. It wasn't the prettiest game. Like I said, the stretch that got us going, was J.J. Redick early on. He was knocking them down consistently. He was red hot. Couldn't miss from 3. And do you think it has to do with maybe the spacing on the floor is a little different now, considering the 5 guys starting? Maybe. Maybe it does. It's only going to help everyone's game. It's only going to help everyone's game. And especially guys like J.J. Redick who can shoot the lights out of the building. I'm happy with this team, though. The way that the eyes are on them, right? The eyes are on them. We upgraded tremendously. We were the biggest upgrade of the trade deadline, without a doubt. In the NBA, we had the highest jump from where we were to where we are now. And it's just super exciting. Super exciting. There were times in this game I said, wow, this is going to be fun when they can do this consistently. It's going to be tremendous when they can do this consistently. The first 10-0 run the Sixers had out of the chute was awesome. Everyone was moving the ball around. Tobias had that 3. Jimmy Butler had a monster slam. J.J. Redick had a 3. The place was going crazy, and the energy was there, and the ball movement was there. You had some bench guys get in there. Ennis, Scott. Like I said, Jonathan Simmons did not get into the ball game. He did not participate tonight's game, but that's the one I want to see out there more than, say, Furkan Korkmaz. But at the end of the day, there was a stretch where the Sixers needed to come up clutch. And Ben Simmons with the monster jam. Joel Embiid with the crazy, absurd block. Tobias saves the ball. We run down and Joel hits a mid-range J. The team's going to figure out the flow. There were multiple times in this game where we went on a drought, a couple-minute drought, especially right before that halftime, the second half of the second quarter. It got ugly. That 20-4 run got ugly. But there were a couple spurts where we weren't really having many field goals at all. There was field goal droughts and 3-second violations. We just looked a little discombobulated. But at the same time, we win a game by 7 against a really good Denver Nuggets team when we were discombobulated. When Joel Embiid arguably had the worst first half of his career. I think he actually finished the first half with 4 points, shooting 1 of 8 or 1 of 9 at that time. Still hustling, though. Still hustling. I'm going to give Ben Simmons the benefit of the doubt. I am. It wasn't his greatest game. He did struggle handling the ball. But everyone wasn't on the same page, and that's going to happen. You need to keep factoring that in. It is not going to be smooth. There's going to be some ugly times, but the fact that we can grind out an ugly win like this, when you have Jokic, by the way, going off for a triple-double, 27, 10, and 10, when you have Jamal Murray going off for some points, I'll tell you what, Jokic can play, though. Jokic can play. He's got like an unorthodox style to him, big man, but he can pass. He's a phenomenal passer. He can really shoot the rock, and he's a hell of a rebounder. Hell of a rebounder. The dude could just straight up play. But guess what? Late in the game, when the Sixers needed to get it done, 10-2 run by the Sixers. I want to know what you thought down below. Did you see the discombobulation as well? How did you think that the 5 starters played together? How did you think that went? Do you think JJ was making a statement? Big 4 who? Big 4 who? It's a big 5? Because you can argue when I said, well, we did this without Joel Embiid having a good game. Well, JJ's normally not scoring 34 points either, so it kind of, canceled itself out at the end of the day. That's how I see it. What'd you think about Ben Simmons? How'd you feel about that fourth quarter start lineup with TJ, JJ, Cork, Mike Scott, and Embiid? How did you feel about that? What did you think about Embiid's second half? Let me know your thoughts down below. The Sixers get a win. We win by 7 at home. Wasn't the prettiest, wasn't the ugliest, but the new crew is here. And the Sixers started off with a big-time dub, and we still have more to add to the bench on top of Jonathan Simmons, maybe that buyout period. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.